Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everybody. We are honored and thrilled to be connecting with you today. Can you believe we are already halfway through January? It's gone so quickly, and I'm excited to continue to be able to connect with all of you as we are stepping forward in 2025 and beyond. And this show, we have a couple of amazing guests who are bringing forward some really powerful resources that can support us on our journey. So I'm very excited to have them joining us today. It's so important to have people come alongside us on our journey to pour into us so that we can step forward on purpose. We can step forward powerfully and mindfully, feeling that support along the way. I know you're going to love and appreciate the warmth, the authenticity, the realness, the care that you're going to experience as these two amazing experts come forward and share some of their journey with you and tips and tools to really support you on your journey. Now, in order for us to come together to really drink in everything that has been prepared for you today, it's important to choose to be present. Not multitasking, but really taking a deep breath all the way to your toes, then breathing out, creating room and space for more. I always like to picture when I'm becoming present, really connecting in, that I picture that breath coming in, bringing nourishment and support to every cell in my body. And I feel that. And then I breathe out, releasing all that no longer serves, always creating room and space for more. And by breathing mindfully and purposely, it helps bring you present. It lowers your cortisol levels, your stress levels, and it allows you to truly hear, truly feel, truly receive everything that is here for you. So as you're breathing, being present, I invite you to place both hands on your heart and close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. This is your time, your moment. We carve this time out for you. You get to just be. Feel your heartbeat. Feel that support. You get to just be and allow yourself to be poured into, to receive everything that can serve and support you. Just feel that warmth come in through your heart. Notice the beat of your heart. And then as you become even more still, notice that pause in between the beats. In that pause, what is your heart whispering to you? What is it reminding you of as you're looking at 2025 and beyond? What is it that you need today that will serve and support you, that you are open to receiving? We're not asking you to figure out the how. Just as you take a moment to feel in, what is it that you need? What is it that you feel? What is it that you're being reminded of? Beautiful. Breathe all that beautiful information in. Take another deep breath and then breathe out, opening your eyes, fully present. And I encourage you to take a moment and write down what was laid on your heart. It's so easy to miss those whispers of the heart. We get so busy and caught up in the day-to-day things that need to be done or that pull at us. But remembering that this is your time and really keeping top of mind, writing it down starts to co-create what it is that you need. And that way you can be proactively on the lookout, open, ready to receive those things that can align and support you with that very need. So powerful. as we go around our virtual room, I'm going to ask each of our guests to just take a moment, 20, 30 seconds, and share what was laid on their heart when they took a moment to stop, pause, and listen. Gary, I'd love to start with you. What was laid on your heart?
Thank you, Rebecca. Well, I think the thing that came to me immediately, and is very much in line with my book, is that how each of us is gifted with people pouring into us every day. And it's just a matter of taking that pause and realizing that this world is trying to pour into us some beauty and joy and reason for our existence. And it really struck me very hard during your comments that this is a gift that each of us given, and it comes one moment at a time, but it's a gift of the people all around us, experiences all around us pouring into our lives.
I love that. Thank you for that share and just that reminder to be open to receive
Yeah.
that
And
pouring in and feeling it. I love it. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And Skye, I'd love for you to share what was laid on your heart.
I love what Gary just said. Yes, there are many people that pour into us. And what really came to me and has been on my mind a lot lately and really hit me as we were doing that little exercise with the heart is that we need not overthink. We need not overthink. And so many of us get so wrapped up into daily operations and trying to figure out everything, every aspect of our lives. And the message that's been coming to me quite often lately and really, really, really just now is to just let it unfold.
Yeah.
Just let life unfold before us, and the opportunities that we're supposed to pursue will reveal themselves.
Well said.
I love that. Thank you. And when we do that overthinking, we're going right to our head and our heart doesn't hear as clearly.
Right, exactly.
It's interfered with. So I love that. And it's just such a timely reminder in my meditation time this morning. I had all these thoughts and things and planning, and they were rushing through my mind, and I was writing them down. And what the message I got was, it's all good.
It's all good.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
we've got this. Just allow, flow. And I could feel that peace and that warmth, and it came right through the heart. That's where it came. So beautiful. I love that reminder. Thank you so much, Skye.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And as we go to our first commercial break, our first break here, I invite all of you listeners to stay present, to really see what is pouring into your heart. If you start overthinking, just take a breath and go back to your heart and really listen and feel that support, that reminder that you have so much around you pouring into you, and that you can allow the flow, that next step that you need to take will become apparent. And we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Follow Voice America at facebook.com/Voice America for juicy updates from your favorite radio shows and podcasts.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Voice America programs are now available on your favorite connected device, including Amazon, Alexa, and Google Home. Through streams with Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio, listening to your favorite show is as easy as saying the show name followed by the word podcast.
Hey, Alexa, play Finding Your Frequency podcast.
If that doesn't work, try adding on TuneIn or on iHeartRadio or on Apple Podcasts.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes and really got an opportunity to be present with your heart, to hopefully feel that support and maybe even some clarity on a next step that you're being invited to take as you go back and step forward into the day. How beautiful that is. I want to invite you to take notes as something prompts your heart, your spirit. Really write that down. Keep in front of you the messages you've been hearing from your heart today, and really feel and see the support, the resources, the insight, the ideas that come forward in our conversation today, because I know there is something for you here today by the very nature of you tuning in. I'm excited to introduce our first guest. I know you're going to enjoy his heart, his spirit, the insights that he brings. I always have a smile on my face when I have the opportunity to talk with Gary and just share on his journey. So I'm very honored and excited to introduce him to you. Gary L. Fretwell has over 40 decades dedicated to personal development and leadership. He's a transformational change agent, impacting nearly 1,000 institutions across the U.S. and Canada. He is known for his warmth, his genuine connection, and this makes him a sought-after consultant in so many arenas. He is passionate about helping you embrace the magic of a moment in your life and those around you. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the warm, wonderful, and dynamic Gary L. Fretwell. Welcome.
Rebecca, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Just excited to have you joining us. And I wanted to... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Gary.
No, I'm excited to be here. Thank you. This is a wonderful opportunity.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank you. See, I'm already smiling. I love it. And I wanted to start our conversation with why. Why is this work in leadership and personal development and really seizing the magic of a moment? One, what is that? And why is this work so important to you?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about it prior to this radio show, and I thought about all the things that motivated me, and it would be unfair not to say that, I was the benefit in my life of people coming forward and helping me, giving me a hand, giving me information, giving me opportunities, and that certainly was part of the reason that I wrote my book, and I believed deeply in my heart, no matter what kind of circumstances you came from or had to face, that there was a way to take and utilize the moments of your life to make it what you wanted to be, to live your purpose, to live that. And I've seen so many wonderful examples in my life and in organizations of that. I got serious about writing my book actually during COVID. I guess many people did.
Mhm.
And one of the things that struck me during COVID was the term social isolation. And there were so many people that were burrowing into their homes, and they were fearful, and yet at the same time, in my neighborhood, I saw people walking and actually talking to each other that had never done that before.
Mm.
And I thought how rich life is if we just pause. And COVID, in a very strange way, caused us to all pause. And I thought, how many moments in our life are there if we would just embrace them, if we would just take advantage of them. And it motivated me to write this book. It motivated me to hopefully give people inspiration to understand that because of their own personal agency, but also because of the goodwill of others, that they can achieve and have the kind of life that they really dream of. And there's a deep purpose, I believe. I'm a religious person, so I believe God has for all of us. And I believe that if we will just take advantage of those moments, true magic can happen.
I love that. And I'm just giving a moment for people to pause and maybe reflect on some of your experience during COVID and what you observed and some of those moments that touched your heart and spirit. And this book that you created, Magic of a Moment,
Yes.
is well, I want you to share in your words. I have my thoughts about it. I'll add those in a moment. But
Sure.
and I love the book. I wanted to have you share a little bit of the title. I feel like you've really touched on where that title's come from and what people can discover or learn in the journey of your book.
Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. This is it's interesting. The title of the book came to me very early on,
Mm-hmm.
and because I really believe it. I believe in that magic that's all around us. And when I was creating the book, what I was trying to do is I've tried to use a phrase in some of my writing and my blog writing and things like that is around practical inspiration. I think there is a lot of discussions around principles of, for instance, productivity or leadership or organization, personal development. But what I felt is that people needed that sense that their ability to take advantage of that next moment and to make a choice offers to them a world that they could never imagine before. I think so often they go past us and we're not mindful of them. And one of the things by really simple practices, intend is to give people that chance to become more mindful of those moments around us, those choices we can make right now, and how they can make a difference. One of the examples in the book is a young boy who's being interviewed, and he's actually now a man preparing to go public with his company. He's being interviewed by a reporter, and he tells a story. And one of the first lessons that he learned was about breaking things down and being able to tackle them and to achieve them. And for a young boy, it was being able to read a book. He was fascinated that his mentor could read these huge tomes. But what he really wanted to do, what the lesson is that anything, when broken down, is achievable.
Mm.
Anything, no matter how big the book, no matter how big the project, there's always a place to start. And that place to start is in this next moment.
Mm.
And when we would capture that idea, that sense of personal agency, that sense of that bias to move forward with your life, I think emerges. And that's really what I wanted to capture in 7 really simple lessons that this mentor, this very wise man, imparted to this young teenage boy.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. And I feel like there's so many things just in that short share that you've given us that we can pause and reflect on. And one of the things I love about your book, it teaches these 7 principles or steps or concepts, but not in a traditional
Right.
self-help kind of format. It's shared in this story, and you get caught up in the story of the journey of this young boy all the way up to the amazing success that he's having in the world of business and that journey of what he learned. And so you're learning the steps and the processes as he learns them. And
Yes.
then you're getting to grow with him and see how that can personally apply in your life. So I found it inspiring and uplifting, thought-provoking, and very engaging at the same time. It was a very enjoyable read.
Oh, well, thank you, Rebecca. No, it was a pleasure to write. I had no idea what that was going to be like. Someone asked me once, they said, why did you write your book? Did you write it to make money? And I said, well, no, not really. I said, God has blessed me greatly. That was not the reason. They said, well, did you do it for fame? I said, no, I really didn't do it for fame. And they said, well, why in the world did you write it? And I said, I wrote it because I wanted others to feel that sense of inspiration. And in the world, in the context of where we are right now, I felt people needed that. I felt like they needed something to uplift them. And I believe stories are a wonderful way to communicate very profound messages. And I hoped it would stay with people and they would utilize it and it would be very practical to them.
Mm. Beautiful. Well, I'm so glad you leaned in and said yes and
Oh, well,
have
thank you.
have brought it forward. We've been very honored to be on the journey with you and bringing this forward. And one of the things I love to let our listeners know is when the book is going to be out. So it'll be on February 18th. And what is really special about this particular date is when the book is released, Gary's going to give it share a special rate of $1.99 for the first 24 to 48 hours. So you can add this valuable digital resource to your library to help support you in 2025 and beyond. So make sure to write that date down on your calendar, February 18th, circle it. It's easy to have time pass by. We will be sharing out so you can watch the posts and shares in media. And this is a real opportunity to lean in and feel that same support come alongside you. And for someone who had on your heart, I love this idea of capturing the moment, but I'm not quite sure how. This book will help you discover that how. Anything you'd like to add, Gary?
No, thank you, Rebecca. That's wonderful. And again, my very great desire is that this will give people some really, like I said, practical inspiration to know that they can make a difference in their life, and it happens one moment after another. And hopefully, there's some wonderful lessons in this that we'll be able to take with them and utilize, and will help them on that journey. And that would create the greatest joy for me for that to happen.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for saying yes, leaning in to be part of our show today. I know this is a busy time right before your book comes out.
Good.
So I appreciate you leaning in and sharing this time with us. And listeners, as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I want to encourage you to stop and pause and just really think about what Gary has shared. What is being laid on your heart and spirit? What is a magical moment, a magical insight, an idea that you can capture right now during this break? I want to help support you capturing the magic of a moment. We'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
A little birdie told me Voice America is on X. Follow us at Voice America TRN.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you become a member yet? Sign up now to become a member of Voice America. It's always free and easy. Plus, you get to take advantage of some great member benefits. Get unlimited access to millions of hours of on-demand content across all of our channels. Keep track of your favorite episodes, shows, and hosts in your own customizable library. Find out what shows you might be interested in based on your favorites. Plus, you get insider access with our newsletter. Membership gives you more. Sign up at voiceamerica.com and click register at the top right.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you are starting to capture the magic of moments that are happening right now as we connect, and so many times during the day. So I want you actively on the lookout for those moments, those insights, those things that drop into your spirit, capturing them. Really listening, hearing, and honoring what is coming to you, what is pouring into your heart and into your spirit, and being present with those messages on your heart, being present in the moments that you're in, can really help you capture the insight, the encouragement, the ideas, those things that can really help you move forward. And being present in the moment is key. Now, I am excited to introduce our next amazing guest. I know you're going to love her too, Skye Bellarmine. And she is a #1 international best-selling author. She has created a trilogy series and released book 1 last year and is getting ready to release book 2 in the series. Book 1 was called Breaking Solace. Book 2, Escaping Solace. And her books share how to really rise above life's challenges. There have been so many challenges that the star in the book has come through and risen above, that it encourages, it touches your heart and spirit and really shows you that you can too. She is using her stories to really help others on their journeys to become a journey of self-renewal. She is passionate about helping you find your purpose and rise above any challenges that life may throw at you. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the powerful, dynamic, and empowering Skye Bellarmine. Welcome.
Rebecca, thank you. So happy to be here. Happy to be here.
I'm glad. I'm happy and thrilled to have you joining us. Again, you're now a returning expert. I love it. We get to share. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I wanted to start with why. Why were you led to create this series, this powerful trilogy, and what are you hoping that it does in the world?
So first of all, I just want to comment on Gary's beautiful discussion and use of the word start, because actually start is on my license plate, because what's the hardest part of doing anything? Is getting started. And so that's the message I'm trying to share through Tally in the storyline, and figuring out how to identify and wake up to any challenges, relational issues, obstacles, anything going in our life, to wake up and learn how to stand up and walk through them successfully. And one of the messages that I'd like to share through Tally is actually, I love acronyms. START is teaching readers that they are strong. They can be strong through this, that they have tenacity, that they have to be adaptable. And Tally, as you read her story, will realize that she meets with her counselor, she meets with her friends, she has her tribe, her support group, everyone in her life, her mom, her friends, her pets even, Jasper and Misty are at her side to help her realize that she can do this, that she is enough. And then you have the R for resilience. And that's something based on my story. And I'll go into that in a moment. But my orthopedic surgeons have said I'm very resilient in whatever I try to do. And then T is triumphant. And that's where we're looking at Tally's story from the beginning, realizing that she is, unbeknownst to her in the beginning, in a very, very, very abusive relationship with Blake, her husband. And she's trying to figure out what are the steps. First of all, what's going on? What has changed? Were the signs already always there? And yes, they were. So she's walking that journey. And through her journaling, within the storyline to Dear Josie post, the reader is right there in her mind, Rebecca, learning what she's thinking and what her doubts are. And that's something in a narcissistic relationship, you're made to feel the blame and doubt your confidence in your decisions, and that every single day. And so what I'm hoping readers really get out of this is to see that they can identify any toxicity in their relationships and work through them with counseling, with their support team, to come out on the other side a better new version of themselves. And they don't have to deal with or handle the manipulation or control on a daily basis any longer. They can learn how to circumvent that.
Powerful. Thank you for sharing. And so just to give a snapshot for people who are just discovering about your trilogy that you're creating, can you give us just a quick snapshot of what book one's about and then what book two's about? Because book two's about to come out. We'll talk about the date and everything in a moment, but just to get people familiar with the trilogy.
Okay, well, there's Tally and Blake, a young couple, lives in Newport Beach, California. I'm from California, and they are very successful. She is an interior designer, and he is a financial advisor. And they're just starting to have some, disagreements, more kind of heated at times. And she's wondering what's going on. And so what she does is start doing some research, and she starts going to a counselor and kind of figuring out what might be brewing, if you will, in their relationship. Meantime, he's blaming her. Said everything that's wrong with our relationship is her fault. And she says, I don't think so. And so she works on identifying in book one, what are the signs, what are the red flags of a toxic relationship? That she thinks, oh, this is normal. No, it's not normal. Any type of emotional, physical, mental, sexual, relational abuse is not normal, and it's not okay. And so she is learning that in book one. In book two, she starts journeying through the process to figure out, should I stay or should I go? So she's trying to figure out what to do next. And so one of my friends said, it's a psychological thriller. The trilogy is psychological thrillers, and it's not a who done it, it's a he did it, and what's she going to do about it?
Beautiful. Thank you for painting the picture there to kind of give us a feel of what we can look forward to learning and discovering in this powerful series. And I'd love for you to share what you're hoping. You've touched on a little bit of what you're hoping people will learn and discover as they go on this journey with Tally and read your powerful trilogy. Are there a couple nuggets that you hope when people read book two, Escaping Solace, that they walk away with, they discover? And I don't want to give away any cliffhanger things, just some nuggets.
Oh, there's a huge cliffhanger at the end. But anyway, moving on. So one thing that's really come of it, and I was talking to my editor even early on in book one, and I said, so what's your message? I mean, her name's Cheryl. I said, what did you really get out of this? And she said the fact that we all need people around us. We cannot walk this life journey alone. And we need it. Our tribe, that's the term these days. Go have your tribe. So you need your team, your tribe, your friends, your family to support you, your coworkers, your friends at church, your neighbors, everybody around you is your tribe. And if you ask them, I mean, it might just be a handful, Rebecca, it might just be a few people, but if you ask them to walk the journey with you, they will. They will. And we all have somebody, at least one person in our life we can walk a journey through. And in this type of situation, though, in the storyline where your spouse is definitely not in your tribe, which you thought they were, that is really eye-opening to so many readers and reviewers and people that I've talked with. Psychologists have been contacting me because this book, Breaking Solace, on the first day, as you know, went from fictional novel into 30 categories of self-help books in 3 nations. And so psychologists have been contacting me saying, hey, this has a reality to it. This has authenticity. Like, how do you know about this? I said, well, first of all, I lived in a very narcissistic relationship for 20 years. And I've done a lot of research. And so, but I thought rather than writing a direct self-help, why not make it a novel? Make it a story, draw them in to walk alongside Tally through her journey, journal with her. Let's open the pages or put it on your iPhone or whatever, iPad, journal with her and get your feelings out and figure out, are there relational challenges that you yourself are going through that you didn't even realize? And then as you walk the road with Tally, you will figure out, who's in your tribe and maybe figure out some different conversations to be having with people in your life and different relationships. And also what we're going to be trying to build is a set of resources, for every community, like who can you talk to? Where can you go?
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing and letting people know a little bit of your background creating this and what you're bringing to the world. And you're right, that crossed over into so many different self-help spaces and really got some beautiful traction to connect with people in both fiction and nonfiction spaces, which is really, really powerful and a testament to what you have created and brought forward. So I honor that. I celebrate that. And I want to let people have you share and let people know when is this book coming out, because I let them know it's coming. So give them the full title and let them know the date and kind of how that'll work.
Okay, book 2 is Escaping Solace, and it will launch on February 4th of this year. And it will be available $1.99 ebook for 24 to 48 hours beginning on February 4th.
Exciting. And we'll be helping share out and bring this book forward. We're very excited about it. And it is something that can, again, just really help you on your journey. It's so important to have these resources available. You don't have to do the journey alone. I love how you're talking about tribe today, those connections, and just how important that is. And bringing in those real connections, bringing in information and support on the journey. And this is another one of those tools that can do that. So I really encourage you, and it's a great read. So a nice combination. So yeah, absolutely, you're welcome. So I encourage listeners, mark February 4th. February is going to be a very powerful month, as you can see. So February 4th, where you can lean in, take a look at this book. It might be a great thing to share out as well. As Gary is, we're always looking to reach as many people as possible and really make that positive impact with these transformational resources. So I'm very honored to get to be part of that team and bringing the word out. And that special rate, it is time sensitive. That's why I'm encouraging you to mark that February 4th on your calendar. You can take advantage of that special deal. Who doesn't want a deal? I always like a deal. So wonderful, wonderful opportunity to do that. And then any final thoughts you have that are thinking about and kind of taking in what this series is about, book 1 and 2, because they can go get book 1 right away and line up, be ready for book 2. Anything else on your heart that you want to share with our listening audience today?
I appreciate that, Rebecca. I would just like everyone to realize that you're enough. I know we hear that phrase a lot, but you're enough, and you don't need somebody else to actually complete you, that you are enough, and to realize that you can go for your dreams. So many people let others squelch their thoughts and their dreams and all that. And we all have dreams, and you're never too old to go for them.
Beautiful. Thank you. And again, I just thank you. I know, as I was mentioning to Gary as well, it's a very busy time right before your book comes out. So I appreciate you stopping and swinging in to have this conversation with us today. We are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. And as we do that, listeners, it's a great time to just stop, feel into the moment, feel into this moment, and really see what's being laid on your heart and on your spirit, and we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Voice America is on LinkedIn. Connect with us today.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
You need to live up to your full potential. You've heard that for years, but now there's a channel to help you get there. Introducing the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Our listeners have told us that they want to be motivated, hear about success stories, and positive encouragement around the clock. And we've responded to you. The Voice America Empowerment Channel is the home of the world's top life coaches, entrepreneurs, and success experts. Listen to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. It's here at voiceamericaempowerment.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you had an opportunity to seize the magic of the moment. You had this opportunity to be present, to really hear what is speaking to your heart and spirit, to think about the acronym that Skye shared with us about START. What is that? That first step. Because sometimes we're trying to take too big of a step. And Gary talked about that as well. How can we break that down and take a step? What is a step, an action we can take today? Perhaps one of those actions is marking those 2 dates on your calendar. Maybe it's building some of your tribe, reaching out and really connecting with those that you want around you in 2025 and beyond, building your support team. Whatever it is for you, what is that action, that step that you're going to take today? In a moment, I'm going to have our amazing guests share their contact information. So I encourage you to have your favorite writing utensil ready so that you can capture that information, because it's being shared on purpose. It's a way for you to build that tribe, to build those resources, to build those connections. So they're going to share a couple of things, the best way to connect with them and the best way to get on their list. They have a special list that they are creating to keep people in the loop around the books and resources they're bringing to the world. So have your paper and pen ready. It's by on purpose and by design that we are sharing this information. We want to encourage those connections. I want you to have that powerful tribe, that powerful team, to have the connection to these amazing people I am so honored to have in my circle and on my journey. They have touched my heart and my lives and my spirits, and I hope they do that for you too. So Gary, I'd love to start with you. Can you
Sure.
share your full title of your book again, when it's coming out, just so everybody makes sure they have the date,
Yep.
and the best way for people to connect and get on your list?
Yeah, that's great. Again, my name's Gary Fretwell, and the name of my book is The Magic of a Moment. And it comes out on February 18th in the digital form. I am super excited about it. And by the way, so thankful to Rebecca and her team for the assistance and support they've given me in this. They're part of my tribe, and they have been invaluable to me. And I'm so grateful. The best way to contact me is to developed a very original website. It's called GaryFretwell.com. All of my contact information, all of my information about me personally and about the book is there. And I would love for you to come and visit and sign up if you would. I have regular blogs that I write. As Rebecca knows, decided I'd start writing blogs, and I now have about 60 or 70 online and more every day. So I'm enjoying that process. And I want to thank everyone for allowing me to be a part of your journey, and I wish you the very best. And thank you, Rebecca and Skye, for letting me share this time with you too.
Well, thank you, Gary. It has been an honor to be on the journey with you. Very excited about all that you're bringing to the world. And just so everybody knows, the digital books are going to be released on the dates we shared. And then in a few weeks, the print copies and other formats will be available as well. So you can get your favorite format
Yes.
of the book. And then I know, Gary, you also have a journal that you are bringing
Yes.
forward and releasing with the world too, to help people really apply the principles, because every person who read your book always came back and said, well, I want to start doing these things too.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
love for you
yes.
to share about that.
Yeah, the unlocking the magic of a moment is a daily journal that I've created, and I'm super excited about it because one of the things, as both Rebecca and Skye, I think, do, I journal and meditate, and the idea of capturing those ideas, no matter how small. It's amazing the magic that's in there and the power that's in there to help us transform our lives. And so the journal will come out, I think, about a month after that.
Mm-hmm.
The book is released, and I'm hopeful that people will be able to use that as a tool that will allow them to take these really simple lessons and apply them on a daily basis to make some real difference in their life. And I'm very, very excited about that as well.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you sharing. I'm excited about all that you're bringing forward. And Skye, I wanted for you to just share your full name again and the book title, so people know what to be watching for, remind them of the date, and the best way for people to connect in and follow you.
All right. Thank you, Rebecca. And also thank you so much. This has been a great opportunity to connect with Gary and you and all the listeners. And I'm Skye Bellarmine, and my book trilogy started with Breaking Solace. The new book coming out is Escaping Solace. It'll be available in ebook form on February 4th. And the best way to get in touch with me is a website, escapingsolacebook.com. And my email and all my contact information is on there. But just separately, my email is skye at Star Sky Press, StarSkye press.com. But all that is also on the website. So excited to be working with you again, Rebecca, on this project, and look forward to the book coming out. And I'm working on, with my marketing team, I'm working on developing some journals, that kind of thing. Dear Josie is a red journal that Tally writes in after Josie and the Pussycats. And, just trying to figure out kind of what the prompts are. So that will be forthcoming as well. And then people who know me, Skye's always wearing a hat and bling and all that kind of thing. So I'm coming out with some apparel, and that will be available this summer. I did a TV interview with my publisher, and it was interesting. The interviewer said, "Hey, I think we're all Team Tally. We all need to be Team Tally in every community." And I thought, that's awesome. So Team Tally hats and shirts will be available this summer.
Oh, I love it. And by getting on your list, we'll be able to keep in touch and get updates as those come out of all the different things. Okay.
That's
okay.
right.
Beautiful. So you heard it here, listeners. I encourage you to lean in and become part of these powerful circles that you can lean in and be part of. I want to thank every listener for joining us today. I hope that you have a page or multiple pages full of notes and insights and things that are touching your heart and spirit today. And what I invite you to do is, as the show comes to a close, take a moment and pause and breathe. And what is the next mindful, purposeful action you can take just for you today that can help support your journey? I mentioned in the beginning of the show how I had all these thoughts and thinking and trying to figure stuff out and all this stuff running through my mind this morning. And when I stopped and I emptied all of that out of me and I went back to my heart, not only was I able to be present, I was also given insight and direction and clarity. I could suddenly see things I wasn't able to see before because of all that stuff kind of clogging up my mind and space. And by getting that out on paper, not losing it, but just taking it out of my immediate space like that, and going back to my heart and pausing, not only did it feel good, and I felt that peace and that message that it's all fine, it's all coming together, I was given some practical next steps I could take. So what I want to encourage you to do today is take these couple of minutes for you. It doesn't take very long. Write down, even if it's writing down, getting that stuff out of your head for a moment and going back to your heart and really listening to, what is that next step I can take today? And maybe it's taking some things off the plate. It could be adding yourself to some of these connections. It could be being present in your heart and listening to that message, because you are a gift. You're absolutely needed in this world. There is no one else just like you. You are an important part of other people's tribes too, just like they are of yours. And the biggest gift you can give the world is more of who you truly are. So be willing to be present with who you are, be willing to listen, and be willing to share the amazing gift of who you are with the world. It matters. It makes a difference. So go forward, bloom where you're planted, and shine beautifully in the world. And we'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel, with a replay on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Variety Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.